Hey to anyone listening, this is Henry's Freakin podcast, and today I'm here with the smart, the talented, the stunningly gorge, and the most likely to be the main character of a Wattpad story. It's Abby Levin.
Hi. Long time running, but I'm finally here.
Yes, finally here. So, I feel like now that I've said it, we just have to start right off with that. Your superlative was most likely to be in a Wattpad story. I don't know what that was referring to, but I've had a lot of questions because, like, weren't you part of the people who created these?
So that's where it's funny. So for the superlatives and what was it? The connector. So I did the connectors for the most part, but I wasn't really in charge of the superlatives because
Ah,
it also has to be about me.
right.
So initially, I think it was Marissa gave me most likely to marry a teacher.
Oh.
But so we kind of evolved into Wattpad.
but that, yeah, no.
Because it's like you haven't had a class with me, but the way I talk to you is how I talk to my teachers.
Yeah,
Mind you, I still respect them, but like it's my
same. No, same.
personality.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm very much
Yes.
like that.
Very much so the personality that
Hmm.
ah sometimes I scare them, sometimes I don't, but that's how that evolved.
I can almost physically feel you referring to Rabbi Steinberg.
Yeah, that poor man. No, we were good friends. We were good buddies. Just might have terrorized him a little bit.
I don't know all of the connections that you put together, but I know mine was with Harper and it was good. I was like, "Oh yeah, I love that." Like
So
that's
at first
cute.
I wanted to do like a connector for our whole grade on like who's gotten with who
Oh shit.
because we go to such a small school. So it's like it's inevitable, sure, but it gets a little wonky. So at first I had like so and so shook blah blah blah's hand and it was just going down and down and then he shook her hand, she shook his hand, and then finally like they caught on and the school's like, yeah, you can't do that.
That's amazing. We just okay, that's hilarious. That was some great insight tea and oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yearbook was very controversial, I found out apparently.
No, spill it. Like what did people come to
I
you
got
after?
yelled at by a lot of people for the yearbook because I mean it was harsh, but it's funny. Like it was also towards me, but I don't know, I felt bad because I didn't want to ruin anyone's yearbook, but it's like you're supposed to like you make fun of things, you know?
No, exactly. I think on a previous podcast, I actually said I was like, I did like the superlatives, but I wish they were harsher. Like, I wanted them to be cutthroat.
Oh my God. You I wanted to make like the yearbook that was published and then the yearbook like uncut.
Yeah,
Because there's so much like hardcore stuff I wanted to put in that just would not have gotten approved.
exactly. But like, oh, it would have been so good.
I know.
Especially some people's. You could just go in,
Just
just.
add it. That's why it's so hard being editor because it's like Bailey and I had to look at each other and be like, we can't use this as like our burn book. Like this isn't our venting page.
Yikes. That's for another time.
Exactly. Yeah. Save that.
We'll save that one for later.
Yeah.
So, in other news, what have you been up to this summer? How have you been? We really haven't seen each other in a hot
I
minute.
know. So I've just been working. I'm a lifeguard.
Right, lifeguarding. Yep.
Lifeguarding. I do a couple side hustles. I'm a personal trainer at the J, so I do like workout classes.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. I go like early Sunday mornings. I'm like, okay, ladies, let's get into our high kick.
Never mind, it's not fun. I take it back. Oh my god.
Oh my God. I have like a scrunchy high pony going on. And we're jogging and we're squatting.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god.
my persona.
No. That's insane.
Yeah.
You have your coffee and you get to it. You're like, I
Oh,
got
I unhinged. Like Celsius,
yes.
chug it. my heart, like I can't be good. Something is gonna happen one day to me, but that's just what gets me.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. I mean, I've seen I've seen people in our grade drink worse things and survive, so
Mm,
I mean,
well,
that's just a fact.
I mean, like,
Not
yeah, true. Not wrong there.
yeah.
But
Well, that's
that's about
I mean,
it.
that sounds fun. I've pretty much
Hmm.
also just been working, so we're just both working.
I know. Gotta make that money.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to start college, Miss UMD.
Oh my God. I know.
I know.
You're lucky. You're going
Oh my
everywhere.
God. Well, yes.
Yes. Yeah. No. Ugh,
I
and
mean,
I
basically
love
that.
New York. I would kill to go back.
I know. And that's right. We talked about this a little bit. You lived in New York.
Hmm.
That's crazy. I am so excited to go. I don't know if you're like feeling the same way right now, but for this like last week, maybe last 2 weeks, even to now, I'm just ready. Like I'm tired of just being at my house. Like I want to go. I
Yeah.
don't want to
So
be here
that's where
anymore.
it's weird because I'm
Mm,
staying. So I don't really, it hasn't hit me yet. It's just
right.
everyone's leaving. So I'm like, it's sad, but then it's okay, what's next? I don't know.
Exactly. I'm just uh, like I walk to work every day
Where do you work?
because I work at the Pikesville Panera, the one right across from like Woodhome.
Oh, sure.
And I live like if you know where like I guess Allison and Iran live,
Mhm.
which is like right next to it. I live right across from them. So I walk to work every day and then I come back and then I just do whatever, read. I've been reading a lot. I have to read this book for school that's I don't want to, but I've been reading it anyway. So it's just been like boring. I'm just like ready to like move on to the next
Yeah.
thing.
It's a weird stage right now because it's one chapter has ended and our next one hasn't began. So I feel like I'm in this murky area where I'm just cruising. I'm not like it's not a bad thing. I'm just I don't know, just going
It's
about it.
it's almost like it's really for me at least it's the worst because it's not like where it's like a bad part so you're just like gritting and going through it like it was like mid covid where we couldn't leave the house so we were just kind of
Hmm.
coping with that and dealing with it and it's not like new chapter or anything it's just like that time when it was the end of senior year we were all ready to just we were done we were like this is it we're really
Yeah.
done we just want to go but we can't
I
do
mean,
anything
I
about
can't imagine how you're feeling because I am so sad to see my friends leave and I came what sophomore year and I
I'm not
already feel
sad.
like
Fuck those bitches. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know, right?
No, but also it is kind of like that because it's like I can't get into that headspace or I will like literally cry because I know that I'm not going to see them for like a long time and you know I've spent oh my dog I've spent literally every day with them for like the past years so it's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Even and I'm like newbie over here and I'm still like, "Oh my God, no."
Like
Like
don't
no, they're not leaving, so it's fine.
I mean again, a lot of people will still be in Maryland, so it's not like, it's not like they're gonna be that far. I'll still be able to see all y'all.
Hmm.
Obviously I'll be 3, 4 hours away or whatever, but like,
We'll come visit.
yeah,
Any time.
it's you're like, I'm visiting. It's
Yes,
happening.
Henry, call me. Making eye contact.
I'll say what I've said to literally every person. I don't I probably will just have like one room and a couch, but y'all can sleep on the couch.
Hey, I'm used to New
In
York
my apartment.
studios.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, but like, also, it's crazy that some people are literally just like moving in. You'll just drive down to UMD and move in. I'm getting on a 14-hour plane ride to go to college, which is crazy.
Yeah. How many suitcases do you have?
That's been like a big question, honestly. Um, I think what I'm gonna do right now, as of right now, my plan is to check 2 like large suitcases filled with whatever, and
Hmm.
then bring another suitcase on the plane as like my carry-on or whatever, and then just a backpack. So then I guess when I'll get off the plane, I'll be wheeling 3 suitcases and a backpack. But you know what? It'll be fine.
Well, it's so hard because I mean, I'm not flying, but it's like even now I'm in a dorm with a roommate and I'm like looking, I have like a suitcase filled of just like the shoes I want to take.
Exactly.
Like,
I
how do
was
you,
literally up last night, just laying in my bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about all of my pairs of heels, and like I can't bring them all. Like, which ones am I
yeah,
gonna have to sacrifice?
you
It's
contemplate. I know.
because I'm like,
Survival of the fittest. That's what it
because
comes
I'm
down
like,
to.
it's crazy. Because I'm like, I love my thigh high boots. Oh, but should I? But would it make more sense just to bring the regular black pumps that they could go with everything? Or no, should I bring my white boots because I could wear those with everything too? Maybe I'll just bring the. It's like a back and forth. I
So,
don't
I
know.
mean, just looking at that, you should have definitely, that's when you have to go down to colors. You know, you got your
Exactly, the
whites, you got your
colors.
blacks.
I'm
Yeah.
not exactly. I'm not bringing it at my red heels. I won't bring my yellow pumps from graduation. Like that's
Oh,
not happening.
why? Those
Even
are
though I
iconic.
love them so much. They gave me
I know, in
blisters,
Italy,
but it's
that'd be
fine.
great.
The way they gave me blisters and we went to the beach the next day. Oh my god.
Right. I
Luckily,
love that you did that for graduation.
I wish it was so great because I did the walk, right? And I was like,
Right.
that's the moment. We're doing the walk. We're gonna strut down to my seat. And then
Uh-huh.
after it, I was like, I don't know how that looked. I have no clue how that looked because I didn't see myself from a third person perspective. But as soon as I got back out into the lobby, Miss Steinberg came up to me and she was like, "You look so good, bitch." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Yes, that's all I wanted." It was
Oh
great.
my
It was
gosh.
so great.
Oh, I saw, speaking of like teachers being yes, bitch, I saw Miss Stifler yesterday at
Oh,
Zara
yes,
holding
that's
this whole
amazing.
like floral little number that's like a silky crop top with like this long
Oh
skirt.
my god, I love
It was
her.
amazing.
It's so amazing. I left her. You know when we had to do that little exercise with Miss Sullivan where we had to write letters to our teachers, basically was the
Mhm.
thing. And they were like, just write a letter to like a teacher that you want to say goodbye to, or you want to like leave a little last message. So I wrote mine to Miss Stifler, and I guess they gave them to her eventually because I got an email from Miss Stifler and it was just the sweetest thing. But it was so her. It was literally like your letter was so sweet. It literally made me cry. But luckily I was wearing my waterproof mascara because otherwise I would have been a complete mess. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
I'm gonna miss her.
she was oh God. Me too. Can you wait a minute? But she
I,
also loved the heels. She was like, I made eye contact with her while we were standing in the line, and she was like, "They're so good."
of course. Yeah,
I
no,
was like,
she's great. She's the
"Yes."
biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
During her
It's great.
class was when, like, whenever those leggings I have that are like, they look like they're fishnets, but they're not.
Yeah.
So every time I wore them, she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get those?" Every single
Yes.
time. Every single time.
Work. I love that so much.
It's great. I
Oh
didn't
my
write to
god.
any BT teachers. Um, just because, so yeah, my freshman year was at Franklin,
Right.
but my art teacher was just incredible. Like my whole ninth grade, like
Aw.
she's the one that got me through it. So I had to write to her.
That's so adorable. I love that so
Mm,
much.
I was like, you probably don't remember me, but like blah 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 blah. Yeah.
There was a couple teachers I thought about writing to, especially because I obviously have been at BT for my whole life, so I had a lot of options, but I was like,
Hmm.
no, I think this, especially because like even back when it was the whole Project Henry situation. She was the first person that really was like, you need to do this. Like, this is what I see you doing, and I like you need to do this, and you need to at least try to do it, and I will be on board with it, no matter what, all the way. And it was just like, oh,
That
thanks.
whole thing though, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like I don't even, so was it just like abruptly, like it just ended?
Yeah. I think what it was, well, okay, it was really weird. I'm not going to go back over the whole story because I did just say it with Rummy, but which was a fun podcast. Oh my God, I miss talking to Rummy. Rummy, if you're listening, I did miss talking to you, even though I wouldn't say that to your face.
Yeah,
Um,
no, Rami sucks.
yeah, exactly. So what had happened was we got through it. We went through all the details. I set up the music in the booth with Eliav. It was literally, this is all on like Wednesday of the week. It's supposed to happen on Friday. On Wednesday, I like set up all the music with Eliav in the booth. He was telling me how he was like laughing the whole time. He was like, this is hilarious. I set up the stunts. There was going to be so many stunts. I had like a gag. This is behind the scenes like drama that I guess no one would know because it never happened. But I was going to have a gag where I actually went up with Miss Smith into the top part of like the roof of the stage where the
Mhm.
lights are, and I was going to have rose petals fall for a part of the stunts of the opening number of it. It was just all really getting
That's
put together.
incredible.
And what had happened was I had a meeting with Rabbi Soskull, who, if for all of you guys listening who aren't familiar with BT, he is the Jewish director of the high school, and I had him in the same meeting with Dr. Copeland, who is like the overall director of the high school. And so I had a whole talk with them, and I got called into their office. I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna shut it down. Whatever, it's fine." But the thing was, they didn't shut it down. They were like, "We actually love this idea. We think this is gonna be so cool. We just want that." It was a whole thing, but at the end of it they were like, okay, well, as long as you take out this part and this part, you'll be fine. So I was like, okay,
Mhm.
great, good. I was so excited about it. And then not an hour later, I get another call from Coach Krieger, who was helping me set up the whole thing from the beginning, and he was basically like, Dr. Shore, shut it down, it's not happening. She made the executive decision that we're not doing it. And I never had a conversation with her either. I just heard that she canceled it, that maybe it was for, um, I really don't know what it's for. The only little hint I got, I think, was she said that it was an event that the school has never really had something like it before, which I don't even know if that's true. I don't know. And I know it's not a modesty thing because I went over that whole issue with Dr. Copeland, who gave me the green light. So I don't know. It was just a whole situation, but I think it all turned out well in the end.
Mhm.
And of course, you know me, Mama, I made lemonade out of lemons and used that to make my uh, college essay, which of course was
Oh,
successful.
no.
Yep.
Oh my God, beautiful.
And obviously NYU liked the story because
Well, yeah, I think any kid would have been gutted. I mean, just hearing this, I would be gutted.
I was I was really gutted, and I knew that I had to make a speech about it at the assembly because everyone was still expecting it. They didn't know it was canceled.
Yeah, I didn't. I was gonna come on and like judge people's shoes.
So I was like, what's going on? This is a little weird. So I made a whole speech about it, which at first was actually too like mean because I was still mad. So it was a little too
Oh
mean.
yeah.
So I had to like edit it out. But there were some parts in there that were like, I may never understand why it was canceled. Like it was just kind of shady and
Oh,
probably
there's no way
didn't.
to go around it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I get enraged like big time, so I would have for sure like
It was
unhinged.
funny. That was the funny part was that when I started telling people in our grade it was canceled because people would ask me about it and I wasn't going to lie and be like, well, okay, well maybe you could do this or maybe you could judge it. I was telling people, especially the people who were going to be a part of it, that it was canceled and it was funny because a lot of times people were more like angry about it than even I was because I'm one of those people who's very much like if I know it's something I can't change, I'm kind of just like, okay, let's just move on.
And is
But
that just
people
because
were
of your
so mad.
personality, or
Yeah.
like did you have to like has this happened to you before from school?
I mean, not in the same way, but I think just overall, the school, in life in general, it's kind of just like, I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like I learned at a very young age that like um I'm trying to think. Not that I don't want to say like every moment's a blessing, but like realistically, I've said this I think a lot of times that you could hypothetically die at any moment. So it doesn't
Mhm.
really logically make sense to be mad, hold any grudges, etc. because that's just wasting time.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just kind of I just have never been one of those people that like holds on to things.
I mean, that's a
So
very peaceful approach.
yeah, so I just was kind of over it. And obviously I knew, but it was also just seeing that everybody else was so upset about it. That's what was the core of my essay. Not even the whole process of me making it and it getting shutting down, the core of the essay was that I went to a school where a lot of the times, even though they made me feel loved, there was also a lot of times where I did feel kind of alienated.
Mm-hmm.
And this event, even though it was like tragic for it to be shut down, it overwhelmingly was a positive experience for me because I got to see everybody in my life and in my school like support me and band together to be like, we want this to happen and we're so
Yeah.
sorry that it couldn't. So it was like, it was a really good moment.
Everyone's in your corner.
Exactly. Which is why on the Rummy podcast, I said that I was the people's favorite because let's be
Were you guys
real.
talking about? What were you talking about?
Oh my God, we talked about so much. If you're listening to this podcast, the Rummy one's up now, so go listen to it. Watch this one first, but
Oh yeah.
then go back and listen to the Rummy one because
Oh
it
my
was
God,
great.
I would have loved to gone on and like argue about grade rep with him.
We did talk about the grade reps because
Still,
there is no reason why there shouldn't have been a grade rep all-stars competition with all of the former grade reps. Noah and
interesting.
Allison, Rummy and Jamie, Olivia and I. There's no reason why that shouldn't have
You and
happened.
Olivia were grade reps?
Did you? Oh my God, do you not do you not even know about this? That's so
No.
funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So when we went to high school, Olivia and I were the first grade reps. We started it off. We beat Noah and Allison. We beat Aran and Talia. We beat Rummy and Alyssa, all of them to become the first grade reps.
You got dethroned.
And then we got dethroned, partially probably because we really didn't do anything. But yeah, we got dethroned, and then it was just Noah and Allison over and over again.
And
But
Allison.
we
Yeah.
were the OGs.
Oh my God. That was the whole joke during cultural arts night. I would call Olivia Joseph's sister. And at the end, I'm not even lying. Like, I forgot somebody didn't catch on to the joke. And they were like, you know, her name's Olivia, right? I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Wait a minute. We're just going to briefly talk about this and then move on. But cultural arts night. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a hater. I'm not ever trying to be a hater. I couldn't sit through the whole thing. And I'm not going to
Really?
lie. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't just how corny the script you guys were trying to push was. It was also the performance.
Oh my gosh. So that's the issue. You can't escape doing like a corny skit.
I know. So you guys just went fully into it, which I do respect, but it was so hard to watch.
We just did like a lot of subtle jokes.
Very subtle. Oh my God. And oh God, Ethan. Jesus Christ. Ethan, don't watch this because I'm about to, but oh, he made me wanna. Oh God. Whew, it was so bad. Oh my God, that whole thing was just
I tried
terrible.
Yeah, we tried to play into our personalities. It was a lot of fun doing it. So I don't
Oh,
know what
I
it was
could
like
tell.
watching.
Oh no, I could tell. You guys seemed like you were having a blast. And it was
Oh, it
also
was
on
such a great
Zoom.
time.
So I'm just imagining y'all are just doing this whole thing to no one. There was just no
Oh
one
my God,
there.
yeah.
Like
That was why it's like kind of depressing, but like it was such a good time. And then behind the scenes, we just like laughed. Just there was an issue actually during the last one, the senior song. I think I was sitting with Olivia and our mics weren't off. And like
I
my
feel
I'm
like I
watching.
remember this.
My mom's texting me. She's like, Abigail, your mic's not off. We can hear you. And I'm like just roasting the shit out of our senior song.
Oh my God. I feel like I
Yeah.
remember that. But that happens every year where people go off stage and forget their mics are on. It's just like a common
But
it's
so
just like a
cultural
common
arts night,
thing.
I was like, wow, this was great. So then I tried out for the play.
Which was, I'm sorry, I already forgot what the play was. I don't think I went
Same,
to
because
it.
I wasn't in it.
I don't think I went to it.
Good.
Oh, it
Boycott.
was Guys and Dolls.
No, boycott them. I tried out. I I sent in a video of me singing.
And
And they put me in ensemble. And then they decided to they put me like low ensemble. So I had like no singing parts.
you didn't even have a singing part?
Like zip, nothing.
You
I
were
was
just
just
in the
like,
background dancing, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, I did not watch it. I was in the plays for so long though, and I was always ensemble. I was just vibing with it.
Mm,
Because for
I'm so
me,
glad.
honestly, I never like thought of theater as something that I like actually like super cared for or super wanted to go into or do in the future. So for me, it was just fun to like be there with everybody, learn the choreography, have the experience of like an opening night, but not have the pressure of like having to actually like do anything important in the show.
Can't relate.
You
See,
were like,
that's
I
where it
wanted
comes.
that shit. You were like, I
Yes,
fucking wanted it.
I wanted that. Like, I just adrenaline. Like, it's like me playing a sports game. Like, you want to be starter. Like, I'm very competitive. So to me, I'm like, I want the fucking lead. I want to, like,
I mean,
everything.
of course I always wanted it. Well, it depends. I don't know. I had one, no, two lines when we did Annie. I had two lines, and that was
What'd you
like my
say?
crowning moment. I said, I think, um,
Okay, wait. We're getting in scene, character,
okay,
costume.
you're Annie. I'm the police
Okay.
officer.
Okay.
That was my character. And I think like Annie ran out, right? And I show up and I'm like, I am Lieutenant whatever of the 34 precinct, and you are under arrest. You can't be running around here, little girl. And then she ran away, and that was like it. That was like the
Wow.
whole thing.
It's probably the best part of the play.
I know, I felt so special.
But you see that it's so much fun. It's like you're on stage, you have the spotlight. It's just
Yes.
I like the whole like aura of it. I think it's fun.
It's amazing. And the audience, and then afterwards, and there's also like the whole family. Like you feel like you're really part of like the play family. You go out for ice cream after. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, no, they get like really into it.
Ugh, the
Even like,
theater kids, yeah.
yeah, I love it. Like cultural arts night when we were like, it was our second rehearsal, and it's like Olivia and I have always been friendly, but we're not super close. And I
Right,
was just like
yeah.
venting to her
That's
because
so
like
amazing.
I was gonna like blow my lid, and she just was like, "No one talks to my Abby that way. What should we do about it?" And I was just like, "Oh my god,
Yes. So let
the
me ask you a
tears."
question then about this. I'm assuming there were some like rehearsals for this. Did you not like see some of those performances and be like, maybe not?
Yeah.
But
So some
obviously,
of
I
them
guess
I
you couldn't do
saw,
anything about it.
like the map drawing, we thought that was gonna be in person. There's a couple, like I kind of forgot some of the acts. Um, there was that one.
I tried to forget them. Yes, that's
The
exactly right.
beatboxing
Oh,
was,
yeah,
yeah, that was difficult
that.
to hold back. But we knew, yeah, there was still some like really good ones though, like
There were.
Sydney's with the oh my God, driver's license. Oh my, yes, that was like
Right.
always the best one.
Yeah. She really killed that.
Yeah, she got like really during rehearsal, she got like really into it. It was really good.
I remember watching that on Zoom and being like I could tell she was really into it, but something about her being really into it and like earnestly like moving across the stage like just made me hysterical. So I was just laughing through the whole performance. I was just like, what the fuck
And they
is
had like
this?
those strobe lights. That part, see, that's why like rehearsal, it
Oh
was
my god.
her, microphone, spotlight,
Done.
nothing else. That was beautiful.
Mm. Oh my god.
The
I was
strobe
actually
lights, like,
That's so funny that you mentioned cultural arts night because I was literally looking in the yearbook just a little bit ago and I remember like I went by because under all of our pictures it has all of like the stuff that we were in or whatever or
mhm.
something. And I remember yours, it was like a paragraph. You were in like every club, I was like, what? I didn't even know that. I was so
Wait,
confused.
really?
Yeah, I was like, how is she in so many things?
I should like look. I didn't even see some like that part. Like yeah.
I was like very impressed. I was like, oh, okay. Because I think I knew you were on some sports teams.
Hmm.
Not that I like, went to the games, but like I knew you
Yeah.
were on them.
Yeah. Soccer was my big thing. Um, and then I started conspiracy theory club with Nomi and Megan, but I kind
Who's
of went
running that
downhill.
club now?
What? Oh, no one. The club's
Yeah, I didn't
dead.
think so.
The club was dead like after the first meeting.
That's awkward. I didn't
Yeah.
even know it was a thing, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
What were the conspiracy theories?
So the first day we kind of just wrote down everything everyone wanted to talk about.
Mm,
This was when my sister's grade was still there. So like David Dixon walks in and just writes down a bunch of random stuff on the board and then walks out.
right.
So that was our first meeting. Our second meeting was like 11th grade, and it was some of the freshmen who didn't have anyone to eat lunch.
Oh,
So they ate lunch in our club room and just talked amongst themselves.
I love
Well,
that.
Miss Ralston and I hung out.
I love Miss Ralston so much.
Oh my gosh, I love that lady so much.
I think I was saying this on another podcast, but I still want to have like I have no desire to go back to BT really, but I do have one like desire to go back and have that dramatic moment of like walking in like fully just bursting in the doors, bad bitch, like fully dressed to the nines, walk down the hallways and be like, say hi to all the teachers, be like,
I'm back.
you thought you'd seen the last of me. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be great. No, you have to go up during assembly.
Yeah. Push whoever is the new grade reps
Yeah,
out the way and be like, hey,
I'm back.
and I'm here for revenge.
Yeah, I want blood.
One of you has a bomb. Yeah. Oh my
And then
God.
you like snap your fingers and it's like the rose petals that you talked about fall
They've
down.
been up there. Yeah.
And then it's like Project Henry back on.
Back on the sequel.
The sequel.
Part
Oh, I
two.
love that.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
But I mean, returning to school, like I'll definitely go to see like Miss Ralston, Mr. Monroe, Rabbi Steinberg.
Of course, we'll be back for our 10-year.
Oh my God. Ew. I
It's an
can't.
interesting thought.
That's what's weird. I think I was talking to someone about their like school drama.
Mm,
I don't know why, but it like came up and I was like, that's the thing. You can cut ties with people, but then it comes to like reunions and later in life, if you still live here, you're still gonna see them.
right.
So like what's the point? Like at some point, like petty high school drama is just gonna be no more.
Exactly. Very irrelevant.
Hmm.
Very much unnecessary. So,
Yeah.
and everyone's going to their different schools in different places now. It's so crazy. The good old grade is splitting up.
I know. I mean, half of us are like what, Maryland?
I guess that's fair. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
But I
excited to
mean,
hear all the tea because I
yeah, I'll
know there's going to be
definitely.
a lot of Maryland drama that I
You'll
will be
hear it.
hearing about.
Oh my God. But that's also a good thing. Cause like if you have like you're never gonna have that lonely night. Like you
True.
always have someone to reach out to from the get-go,
Of course.
which is kind of cool.
True. And
Silver
I'll
lining.
be, exactly, and I'll be landing in Italy alone and going to the IKEA to pick out my dorm furniture.
Alone. No, I'm so kidding. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
I know, and I've already obviously been talking with like a whole bunch of people that are going to be doing it too. So we've become really close, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm really excited. I just want to see them. I'm really excited to
Mhm.
see them in person, to get to actually like spend time with them. It's crazy to think like that, like this isn't like some week-long senior week adventure that I'm just hanging out with my friends for a week. This is months.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Isabella about this last night. I've never been one of those people who went to sleepaway camp or anything really like that. So when it comes to like being alone, I don't have much experience.
Wow. So I mean, you're not gonna even now, you know how you feel lonely and you're surrounded by people. That's just
Right.
an
That's
inevitable
just life.
feeling, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna be alone.
Obviously. I
Yeah.
just mean like not around my friends and family all the time, I
It's
guess,
crazy. You're gonna
is
be
what
making
I'll
your
be.
whole new life. But what's cool about, I feel like you're very in touch with who you are. So it's not like I could be wrong, but I feel like you're not going to like discover who the real Henry is. You're just enhancing him.
Yeah. I'm just taking that, what I know, like who I am, bringing it out into the world, enhancing it. I'll do me, like,
Mm-hmm.
in Italy. And then just keep thriving.
Yeah.
Go to the club.
Clubbing.
Legal age in Italy.
Italians. Mm.
Like, not, of course I would never drink, but I just saying I would be legal too in Italy. I'm just saying, like, I would never.
Mm-hmm.
Just hypothetically.
Yeah, all hypotheticals. We know. Hey, it's okay. You were at our senior week house.
That's a fact. Could we go into that just a little bit for the listeners? Just a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit. Okay. So for anyone listening, Abby and I stayed in a house. Well, it's not a house. Let me rephrase. It was an apartment
Mm-hmm.
with 17 people altogether.
Yeah.
One apartment, 3 rooms.
I mean,
So just take that
you could
in.
even say like more than 17. Those
Oh, because it really was at least like 18 or 19.
and like yeah, we picked up some friends on the way. Some people, yeah,
People we met along the journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just ended up there.
Yep. Very hectic.
Very hectic. So basically, we were all in there, all squeezing in. For a whole week, we just kind of we lived. We had a moment.
Many.
Many moments. There may have been some partying. There may have been some other activities that went on. I basically just like read the whole time, so like I don't really know,
No,
but
me too.
like just stayed in the room and read and like watched documentaries, but
Davin.
not Davin. Davin, went to the beach. The water was so fucking cold.
Oh
First
my
of
God, it
all,
was great. I thought it was because the initial
you went
shock,
in all the time. Yeah, I went in like one day.
it's like the adrenaline hits and then you're like, I'm not even cold.
Yeah, like I'm
But then like
shivering,
you
but
are. Yeah.
you are.
So then you reach the point, do I want to be staying in the water was warmer than getting out?
Of course, like you had to keep up to your neck in water so that you didn't feel the wind and
Yeah.
get even colder. I
There
did go
were
in the water one day and it was actually great, but it was also the only day. So, for anyone listening, the situation was basically like the water was cold, but it was manageable, but not with the weather that they were having in Ocean City at the time. We didn't go at like the hottest time of the we went in the beginning of June. So, most days it was hot, but it was cloudy and windy. So, it wasn't very ideal for like ocean time.
I got some good tanning in though.
Oh, yes. Did you
Yeah.
burn? Yes, you did. I don't
The
know why I
last
even
day.
asked. I was gonna say, I don't even know why I even asked. I remember
I know.
you like strap burning multiple, like zebra
Yes.
burn.
I
Yeah.
still have it. So the last
No,
day I
you
wore
don't.
the
Do you really?
yeah. Like it's like a tan, but I still
Oh my
when I first
God.
got back, I looked like I was sick.
Yeah.
Because it's like it was so prominent. I still have it. It's very subtle, but yeah, there's no way to get rid of it unless I like
It
fake
was so
tan.
funny because everybody was like, we're gonna have the best time. We're gonna get lit. Half those bitches were burned to a crisp by the first day.
This is I yell at
And
I yell at
okay, and for
Jacob
anyone
Hearn.
listening, Abby is the mom of the group. So it was a shocker, I think, for
In
her to see that.
order to tan, you need to put on sunscreen. Like why is sunscreen so bad? Why is there a stigma around sunscreen? Normalize sunscreen, please.
Yeah.
It's how you keep a
Sunscreen
tan. And
sunscreen every day. Not just even
sunscreen,
like
cooking, dishes. I really yeah.
oh Here's the real tea. This bitch was the mom of the group, cooked multiple nights, made sure people were doing their shit, made sure people were okay, made sure people were putting on suntan lotion, even though a lot of the time they didn't, they still got burnt. And yet, when the people came back to that place, they still fined us because it was a wreck.
I mean, I kind of gave up. Like, and so
Oh
my
my
personality,
God.
even now, I still am. I'm mixed between a mom and just fucking oblivious. Let's just call it that.
Sure.
So that was like senior week. Like, I was very responsible, but then there were like beach parties.
And suddenly, it was a different person.
Took a turn. There's two Abbies, but you know that place was like, I mean, there's so much sand. Like,
And suddenly, although, don't pretend like it wasn't a constant thing, because I seem to remember, even at a beach party, you standing with Kayla by the ocean. So her peeing, like, I still can remember that. Like,
oh, Kayla, somebody told me Kayla lost her pants. Yeah, there was a lot. What was the Oh, so I remember like the thing about where it was like irresponsible of me was that the one fateful night where our first beach party.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not a good time.
Oh my God. I was living at all of those beach parties because I knew a lot of these people, like, vaguely.
Mhm.
So it was just kind of like, oh, hey, I've seen you before. Maybe.
You had the best seat because you were just watching the show go down.
Yeah, because so I was kind of just like watching everything go down and being hysterical, like laughing the whole time because everyone was just insane,
Hmm.
which was so
Unhinged.
great.
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, basically,
Everyone
that's
like,
what I expected.
um, what was it? I think it was the first day. No, maybe like the second or the third, Sarah and I went on a walk
Hmm.
because we decided that'd be a good idea to, walk. Yeah. So, brain isn't moving as quick as it should. So we didn't bring anything. We end up walking like an hour out. So we're like, well, fuck, we have to walk an hour back. And we didn't tell anyone where we went, mind you.
But you
So
had your phones, I'm assuming.
everyone's like, where's Sarah and Abby? And I don't know.
Did you wait? Was this walking down the beach or was this like on the
Yeah,
sidewalk? Oh,
the beach. So we went like far. And then
were you there when Isabella and I went on a walk on the beach with Sivan?
no.
Okay, I think it was Allie. I think it was Allie who was there because we had a great walk. We walked maybe a mile. No, probably less. I don't even know, honestly. But it was weird because the beach did that thing where sometimes like the water brings in the sea foam. So there was all this gross, like huge foam on the beach. And we didn't like put on bathing suits or anything. So we just had all of our pants like scrunched up all the way to the upper thigh. And we were just like bouncing around in the foam. And
Oh, that's awful.
it was like hilarious. It was so funny. But let me tell you guys listening, my number one Abby Levin moment from all of Sweek. Let me tell you. Let me paint the picture for you. All right. So I am at dinner with some other girls, and then after dinner, we come down to the boardwalk. And we get to the boardwalk, and we're all looking hot, like stunning. Like we look so good. I was ready to go up the boardwalk and like have a whole time and everything. But and so was Isabella, my bestie. But for some reason, all of the other hoes were like, "We're leaving. Like, we're going right now. Like, it's not safe here or whatever." And we were like, "Okay, well, we're not gonna stand here, just the two of us alone. So I guess we'll just go. Whatever. At least I got my funnel cakes. Shit, like." So we go and we're walking. We go down the sidewalk. We're waiting for the bus. And before we get to the bus, when we're walking to it, there's this moment where the whole group of us, the boys, the girls, everyone is on one side of the street. And Abby decides to cross over to the other side of the street and is walking parallel to us, but on the other side of the street. And there's just all these people. This is by the boardwalk, like, let me let you know. So it was all of the white trash, the drunk
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
the teens, the college kids, just all on that same side of the road. And we were like, great. So Abby's gonna get snatched. She's gonna get body snatched. And we were
I strut down. I was like, I made eye contact. So the stop was on that side of the street. So I
right.
crossed the street and I turned around. Nobody else crossed with me because you guys
I
are
turned
waiting for the
around.
light. But I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no time to waste. If like pedestrians have the right of way, therefore I took
I'm
it.
going. Yeah.
So it was just me, and I was like, you get catcalled and stuff. So I was like,
Oh my
okay,
god.
I'm not gonna get scared. I'm gonna act super fucking confident,
And just
and
yeah, own
no
it.
one's gonna want to talk to me. So I like laser focused, shut down. I'm here
And it all
today.
worked out in the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was watching it like, yes, you go, bitch. And everyone else was like, oh my God. Oh my God. What's happening? Is she going to be okay? And I was like, she's got this, bitch. She'll be
That was
fine.
everyone.
It was so funny. Like,
I
that
think
was,
my favorite Henry moment was when you
oh
came with me to
God.
meet my roommate.
That was so fun.
So like we're all dressed like
This was
we
the
don't know
last
what we're
day.
walking into. We're
Right.
like
This was the last day of
we're
Sweet. We were
styling.
like low key tired, but also like, let's have one more, like, before it all, like, goes. And then Abby wanted to meet her roommate. So I was like, yeah, let's all go. Like, we'll show up, whatever. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So we're all like, we don't know what we're gonna walk into. So we're kind of dressed like chill. And then you have Henry just all out, boots, flare jeans, low waisted, cute crop top, his little bag, just at it.
Basically, yeah, that was it. And I showed up and it was all of these bitches who looked like copy pastes of each other. And I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No, but
So
it was
great.
great because everyone was like, oh my God, we love your friends. Like, I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And I was just there, 6'5", with my shoes on. Playing. Yeah. And then I felt like that whole transition was so weird because we were there for a good amount of time. And then within the span of like 2 minutes, we were gone.
Yeah.
We left so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny because it was basically me, you, and Alexis, because Drew was somewhere. I don't know where he was or anything. And Nomi and Sivan were outside. So when we left, Nomi and Sivan were just like, well, first of all, Alexis was hypothetically stumbling the whole way home. And I'll never forget when we crossed the street to get back to the side of the road we needed to be on. Some girl shouted out of her window, I love your crop top. And Drew responded and was like, thanks. And I was like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Drew, I was like, for that, I was like, I'm either gonna bring like Drew or Josh.
Mm.
And I was like, Drew. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that made sense.
Mm-hmm. They're like they're my go-tos.
Yeah, very that.
Yeah.
That was oh my God, that was such a fun night. And then the next night.
When we left, you would not shut up about this girl's glossy lips. You were like, I've never seen someone with such glossy lips.
Like, they were so fucking glossy. Like,
no, I know. I like
they were reflected in my eye and shit. I was like, oh
how do you put that much? Like,
I don't know. She must have been reapplying every like 5 seconds and I just missed it.
I mean, it works. Like, I was like, whoa, those are glossy.
Yeah, I know. I meant to ask her, but I didn't. They were nice though. I mean, it was very refreshing because it was pretty obvious that the person, like your roommate, was the one. Like, she was the one you would want to room with out of all of those people. Not the rest of those bitches who I don't even remember. But so it was pretty obvious. Shout out to whatever your roommate's name is that I've already forgotten.
Kristen.
Yes. Oh my God, Kristen. Shout out to Kristen.
I loved it because it's like, we met each other, but it wasn't like we had to, didn't feel like
sit down
weird.
for coffee or something.
Yeah, it wasn't weird. It was very chill. And it was also like comfortable. Like, I didn't have to talk to her and have small talk. We like we're playing games and stuff.
Yeah, it was so sweet, and it was also really fun to watch. And then we came home and we watched Black Mirror.
Yep.
Oh my god, all of us crowded in on a couch with Marissa's boyfriend and random men that we had picked up along the way,
Yeah.
piled on a couch
Typical.
watching Black Mirror
I
the
was
last
so
night.
that was like our last night. That just confirmed like I was ready to leave. Yeah.
I see I feel like a lot of people are like, I'm so ready to leave. I was like, I could do this for another week. I mean, I might need like a break day, but I could do it for
Right.
another week. Like,
So I mean I could if everyone were still with us. Everyone left.
true.
So I was like clinging on to Marissa and her boyfriend, or like you and Alexis.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
It was also very how do I really liked a lot of the people in the group, especially when some people left, because the people who were left after that were the ones who were like, we could go out and party, or we could just stay in. Maybe we should just stay in, you know? Yeah. Which was nice and refreshing from the rest of the craziness that went down during senior week.
Yeah, I think it's a good balance between like putting pressure and actually wanting to go out.
Right. Because like if somebody at any point would have been like, let's go out, like I have a party, like let's go there, I would have been like, yeah, work, let's go do it.
Yeah.
Or if you were like, right. Or if you were like, let's go see my roommate, like they're having a thing, let's go do it. I was like, work, I'm going.
5 minutes. Change.
Oh my god, I'm so quick. That's my best strength. I'm so fucking quick. Like I throw shit on.
Oh, me
too.
That's why it's like every party, I'm always the first one ready.
Yeah, exactly. So that too. But if people are like, let's just like order in and watch Netflix, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Last night we picked up pizza. We were just chilling, and then I was like, oh wait, let's do this. Dressed, came right back.
Exactly. So it's nice to have that balance. And it was really fun. It was a great last night. And then we drove home. And the car was me, Alexis, and you sleeping in the back, and Alexis and I like, oh, look at her sleeping. Eventually, I guess Alexis kept driving, but eventually I didn't go to sleep because I didn't want to like, it felt weird for her to like, you know, be literally driving us. And then I didn't want to like, for us to both be like sleeping, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed awake, but I did take a little like close my eyes and like Zen moment.
Yeah.
And we both listened to different podcasts. I had my headphones on and she was listening through the car. So
yeah, that's how I woke up and I heard someone talking, but it wasn't, you know, I was like, what the
either
fuck?
of us.
And then yeah. And then you're like, you have your own podcast and you're like, oh, you're awake? I was like, yeah.
It's like, oh. Cool.
I fell asleep like mid conversation with you guys too.
Right, because we were talking about, well, you and Alexis were kind of going back on old school days and old school people, which I was living for, even though I had no clue who any of those people were. I was like, work. Sure. So she's related to who? Because she's, and they're sisters. Oh, but you don't like the sister. Oh, okay. Like I had no clue what was going on, but I was just living. It was so funny.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy. Like, it's so crazy to think also that, like, I've been at BT for my whole life. So I know all of these people on a really, really close personal level. And it's crazy to think that, like, you and Alexis both, like, low-key have those similar relationships, but with a bigger cast, because you've both had very many different situations leading up to BT, where I've literally been at this singular school for my whole life. I mean, you even lived in a different state, which is, like, a whole different thing, but...
Yeah. I would I still went to school here, but I'd like commute back on the weekends. So I'd go up to visit my dad with my mom, and then we'd come back here and whole thing. But it was funny because Alexis and I were always we were friendly, but we were never like close friends.
Right.
So we always were like in the background of each other's lives.
I feel like I'm like that with a good amount of people. And then it's always like, we could always talk. If I saw them, I'd always say hi. Because, like, we're obviously in each other's lives, but we've never been, like, super close friends, you know?
Right.
But we still have, like, a good relationship-ish, I think.
Yeah.
No, unless they're talking about me behind my back, which I guess.
Right, they're just, like, shitting on you.
Just shitting on me. It's fine.
Nah, I feel like you're very hard to argue with.
People try. No, I'm kidding. I don't. I'm pretty calm and logical, so I don't get in very many arguments in the first place. Like I was just talking about this with Isabella. Like we have been friends since early middle school. We've never had a fight.
Yeah,
Never been in a
that's how I
fight.
am actually with like most of my friends.
Like literally, never could never think about a time where we had a
Like you
fight, a
get
real fight.
heated, but you don't like fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so like it's weird because like even I don't know, even with some other people, I could recall times where I was like, but I'm also pretty like honest if I'm being a bitch, which I have been and continue to be sometimes. Like I'll acknowledge that I was being a bitch.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I do that. I always like will go back and sorry, that was aggressive.
I'm like, sorry, that was shitty. I know it was,
Yeah.
but like, I'm
Mm,
like, I'm sorry.
right.
I'm not perfect. Okay.
That was I did my best line ever for an apology and like me standing up for myself was I'm so, this this is like
Is
verbatim.
this real?
I'm
Oh, okay.
sorry that I hurt you. I'm not sorry I did it.
See, now that I
So
love
like
it for
that was
dramatic
like good.
effect.
Like I had every right to say that and the minute I said
Oh,
it I was like
okay.
shaking, but it was
Right, of
great.
course. You know it's good when you're like low key shaking.
Yeah.
Like you
It's
know
like
you
it
have a good
humbles you
moment.
out.
Yeah. Like, but that also is low key like, I'm sorry that you felt that way.
Oh my, it's so contradictory. It's like how much of a bitch can you be? Yeah.
You're like, I'm not sorry I did it. I am sorry that you reacted that way, which is just like, I didn't do anything wrong.
I know.
It's not my fault. But
It's
like,
not
I'm
my
sorry
fault.
that this is the
Yeah.
situation we're in. I can't think of very many apologies that I've made in my life.
Yeah. Can't relate. I mean, apologies that I should have made is a different or shouldn't have made. I think I'm saying this. Like I have over apologized.
Oh, I probably have under apologized. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's also because I heard this thing once that really stuck with me, which is like, especially if you do something that's like really not good, or you just do something that affects someone's trust or it makes them think differently of you. It's like, I wouldn't, what it was is the person said, I wouldn't insult you by thinking that my apology is going to change the way that like you think about me or that you think about the situation. Like it
Yeah.
would almost just be performative to do an apology because like it's not going to change anything. So it doesn't really make sense.
No, that makes sense.
Like I'm not
Uh,
gonna.
it's right. And it's also I used to like over apologize or I would just agree because I guess I was too scared of otherwise or like I just
Right.
wasn't comfortable expressing something else. So then it was like, yes, you're a genuine person, but this is coming across ingenuine. So it's like, why are you just agreeing? Why are you just apologizing?
Exactly. I think that the only times that I've really, or the times that I've had to genuinely apologize for things is like I'll admit that even though I'm a very smart person, I can be sometimes aloof. My Aquariusness, sometimes I don't like fully think about things, especially when it
Mhm.
comes to like other people's feelings. I don't really think about things sometimes. So the apology won't be like, it's not that I'm sorry that it's just basically what it is I'm sorry I didn't think about it. It's my fault. I should have thought about it, but I didn't because I
Mhm.
wasn't thinking. Like I didn't think about how it would affect you. And so
Yeah,
I'm sorry that I didn't think about it. You know what I mean?
right.
That's usually what my apologies are.
Wow. So we're getting into zodiacs. I know that
Yeah, it's very that because my Aquariusness, I'm very aloof
I'm a
sometimes.
Pisces.
I love that for you.
So that might explain me.
I'm not gonna lie. Pisces is one of the signs that I'm not super familiar with because there aren't that many people that I know or that I'm friends with that are Pisces.
Hmm.
Like the air signs down. The fire signs, down. Water and earth, I'm a little more
Yeah.
not as sure. Obviously Cancer, I'm very familiar with because I've lived with Audrey for my whole life.
Yeah, basically. So I don't know anything. I just know that I'm a Pisces, and apparently we're like the last one. So I guess we're like a
Yeah.
mix of everything. I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
think of other people that I know that are Pisces.
Like I could
Pisces
get into
are
zodiac, but
Pisces are usually a sign that are water signs in general kind of lean more emotional, but I think Pisces is like the logical one of the water signs. Like
hmm,
still emotional, but overwhelmingly thoughtful and more of a logical sign. I'm just trying to think. And it does make sense when I'm thinking back. Ari Kreshtal's also a Pisces, my cousin. My
oh my
cuz.
God, you are.
My
I
cuz.
completely, Ari was like one of my best friends growing up.
Yeah. She's also a Pisces. We were born like 3 days apart, but she's a Pisces because she's like February like 19th or something.
Sure, that's like the cutoff.
I think, yeah, I think 19th's the cutoff. I don't know,
Yeah,
something like that. And then
yeah,
my old manager, Chris, was also a Pisces. It's a good sign. I really enjoy them, but I just am not that friends with that many, but very aloof. Oh my God, I love us fully delving into apologies.
I
Y'all
know.
listeners didn't think that was going to come, but
I mean, this
sometimes you
isn't
just got
like,
to say, I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah,
it's a fact. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to
I know.
apologize.
Uh, I don't, I find it easy to apologize. I find it hard to admit what like I'm feeling, if that makes sense.
Oh, I totally get that.
Because that's just like being too prideful. Like I easily
I
get
think you're right,
embarrassed.
actually. Like
Yeah,
if I know that if I actually am aware that I did something wrong, it's easy to apologize. You're like, oh yeah,
right.
I shouldn't have done that. But if it's also something that I think part of the reason it's hard for me to apologize sometimes is just because I don't understand what I did wrong,
Yeah.
or I don't think
Huh.
what I did was wrong. That
Okay.
I don't think what I did was wrong, so it's hard for me to apologize for something I don't think was wrong. You know?
So interesting. Never felt that. I
uh,
just admitting that I'm like actually like upset or angry about something, like to me, that's embarrassing.
hmm.
Like I don't know why I find like certain emotions so embarrassing, but I don't know. I feel very exposed and it's sort of like I like being put together.
I feel that too.
Yeah. So then it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
admitting it. That's so hard. It's like your most raw, vulnerable self being like, ah,
Right. Especially when I want something to go a certain way and then it doesn't, it makes me like, ooh, what?
hmm,
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Threw me for a loop.
yeah.
Like, uh-oh, you know? So it's kind of spooky. But I think, honestly, let me go back to that because the tea is that it's most of the time, it's probably just me not wanting to apologize because I don't think what I did was wrong. It's the denial.
Right. Which is fine. I mean, you know it. So
At least I'm aware. Like,
exactly. Awareness is first step
to recovery, exactly.
to recovery. Sure.
To apologizing.
Hmm.
Which I guess, let me just say this. If any of you are listening and I owe you an apology before we go to college, just know that I'm sorry and I do apologize. So this is just
Henry
for
just
everyone.
doesn't understand sometimes.
Sometimes I just don't know why you're like all of you are worse than me and I'm superior, you know? I don't understand.
See, that
Sometimes
was like very bitchy and contradictory. So, yeah, two steps
oh my
forward,
god.
three steps back.
Exactly. That's the
Mhm.
motto. I'm sorry that all of you felt the way you felt. I'm sorry that you're sensitive.
I'm sorry that you're just being a little bitch about it.
I hate that one. Oh my god, that's the worst one. I'm sorry. You're just being really sensitive.
Oh, I hate that. No,
Ugh.
I hate when people are like, why are you taking it so personally? Shut the fuck up, because
Shut up.
you're personally talking to me. Like,
That's
oh
why
my
I'm
God,
taking
I
it
hate
personally.
that.
They're like, it's not you. I'm like, it is me. You're talking to me.
Right.
It's me the problem's with. So yeah, it's me.
I hate that.
Oh my God, it's terrible. But people are so crazy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I remembered a question that I had.
Oh,
This is kind of a change in topic, I guess, but I never
okay.
asked you. So obviously, the people know you're going to UMD now. They now know. Do you have your major decided? Oh, actually, wait a minute. I think I know the answer to this question
Mm-hmm.
because it's something that I remember thinking, oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm. Is it like a specific type of therapy or something? Like,
Close-ish.
or like, is it injury? I don't know. It's
Okay,
something.
so you're very, I'll give it to you. That's like the whole genre of it, but I'm doing
Yeah.
kinesiology.
Yeah.
So that's the study of how your body moves. And then I'm minoring in psych.
Love that.
So I want to be like a sports psychologist and like work on a professional team and like treat the athletes for their
I
injuries, but
think
then
that
like,
that's so smart, but
mhm,
also because especially like with everything going on and the direction we're moving in as a society, not to say that, but as a society. Like even with Simone in this past
yeah,
Olympics, like the idea of having somebody who's focused on the mental health of athletes, like what kind of is exactly what you're saying, just sounds like something that's going to be more and more commonplace and should be because it's
exactly.
just as important. Yeah.
Right. And also walking on to become like an athletic trainer for someone, a professional team, having that whole psych degree is just gonna amplify. Oh, we want her. Like she has a lot to bring to my team.
Exactly. Oh my
I
God,
wanna
that's so
like I
fun.
wanna know my shit.
Oh my God, yeah. I can tell. You're gonna be like, yeah. You're gonna be fully. Well, would you, I know you played soccer, that was your thing. So would you want to be doing this for a soccer team, perhaps?
I r- I could. I'm not being too picky because whatever I can get.
Of
I
course.
really want to try and get on like an NFL team though.
That would be so fun.
I think that'd be so fun. It would be very cool. And
Oh, hold
you
on,
know.
backtrack, bitch. Now I see what the real. Okay, now I see right through you.
Oh,
You're just trying to marry an NFL player. Okay, never mind.
I mean, that's
I
like a
was like,
perk, sure.
she's just trying to get on that NFL team so she could psychoanalyze the players, so she can manipulate them into marrying her. I see,
Oh,
and then take the money.
actually, I don't know if I could do that though. I don't know
Hmm.
if I can like work with someone I'm married to
That's
or
a very
like
good point.
dating. I don't think I could do
That's
that.
probably also against the law or the guidelines or whatever,
Yeah. I also don't
because
know
they're
if
like
I
a
want
patient.
like an NFL player. I'm always like
Is
that's
that your
scary.
type? Yeah.
That's scary.
What's
Like
your
they could
type? Is that your type? NFL
I don't know,
players.
man. All I know is they're like any minute I could just watch him get like really fucked up and yeah.
Concussion, broken
Mhm.
leg, something crazy.
Like you're watching it on the screen. It's like, ooh, that looks bad. Like whatever.
I think it would be fun to actually, I don't know, this just came to me, but I think it would be really fun actually to like date a sports player or somebody, a sports
Oh
player,
my God, I
like an
know.
athlete. Like that would be fun, especially
No,
because I'm
I'm
so
very much
not that.
so. I'm very much so down to. Just
Because
you never
like
know.
that's so different from like I think it would be weird to date somebody who, or I guess it wouldn't be weird, it would make sense, but it still would be kind of weird to date somebody who is more like artistic, someone who likes to write, someone who's a really creative thinker, someone who likes fashion. Like that just sounds like someone that's maybe a little too close to me to want to date them. But dating
Hmm.
somebody who's completely opposite, someone who's like an athlete on like a sports team or something, that seems fun because it's like two totally different worlds, you know?
Yeah.
Like I could
Oh
totally see
wait.
myself doing that.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I don't know what I see. It could be like anyway. I don't know. I'm not too picky.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
My type is very much just like whatever.
Yeah, no, that's why it's a very much like a flowy vibe thing.
Although I will say this, and this is going to be controversial and it may get me canceled even, but that's fine. I think I actually might have a ginger fetish. Take a minute and absorb that because my sister's been telling me that for some time. And now every time when I watch a TV show and I'm suddenly sexually attracted to the ginger character, I think it's a thing.
So it's funny you say that because I have something very messed up that I could say to add to this.
Please say it.
But it's not, it's about you.
Oh, then don't say it.
Okay.
No, you could say it. No, you could say it.
Okay.
Oh God.
Isn't your brother ginger?
Yes. Okay. That is true. But I really don't think that has anything to do with it. Because I don't even like him that much.
So
Just in general.
do you guys get along?
I mean, like, yeah. But like we don't really talk that much.
So like maybe this is like a prolonged
Form of that. She's psychoanalyzing me. It's the psych.
Right. Like, you know how like
in.
people have like daddy issues? Maybe you have like brother issues, like ginger issues.
All I know is if there is a hot ginger man who wants to solve them, listening to the podcast today, slide into my DMs.
Oh my gosh. Should we, like dating app profiles? Like gingers only.
Gingers only. Yeah.
Crazy.
Don't DM unless you're a ginger. That's it.
What if they're like fake gingers?
I guess that's fine too, but it's not the same. Like,
right.
well, also, I feel like with ginger comes like the paleness and like the frecklies, which is so hot.
So I actually do have to admit, shameless.
Yes.
Ian Gallagher, he is.
Hot.
I think he is attractive. Yeah.
Hot. Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's this one guy. Okay. So I'm watching the show Dave right now on Hulu, which is about Lil Ticky's like life or whatever.
Oh my God.
And it's the stupidest thing ever, but there's this one guy in it who's his manager and he's a ginger and I think he's so hot, but he's like not even that hot. And then there's this other guy who's on TikTok. You might have seen him because I feel like he's pretty popular on TikTok. And he's like this huge, like muscly guy who's like pale and ginger and he's so hot.
Oh my God.
He's literally so hot.
That's
so Ed Sheeran? Like, are you kidding? No, I'm kidding. Not Ed Sheeran. Not Ed.
I feel like gingers are so rare. I mean, Atara is a ginger.
Yeah,
but
she is. And just to call you out, Atara, I'm sure you're not listening to the podcast, but if you are, just to call you out, the first night of senior week, you were hypothetically drunk and hypothetically knocked my fucking phone off the counter onto the floor. And my screen is still broken from that. Just the screen protector.
Oh.
But still. Shattered.
And Mr. I don't hold grudges.
I don't. But if I ever see you in the street, we're squared up. Back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I actually just saw Tara back at Marissa's, and I did not mention anything about it, but
Marissa. Oh. I'm drawing a blank.
Marissa's. No?
Yeah. Wait, did I see you there?
I think so.
I don't think I said hi to you.
Did you see me there?
I don't know. You tell me.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
Right.
That's a story for another time. That's a story for another podcast.
For sure. Agreed.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sure we definitely have enough material. So it's been an hour and 20 minutes. Holy shit. I'm starving.
Oh my God. Have you not had like breakfast yet?
No.
Henry. Okay, go eat.
Okay,
Aw.
let me do my outro.
Okay.
Well, this has been the best catching up since we haven't seen each other since this week. Why don't you let the people know, give your own shout out, tell them where they can find you, and etc.
Uh, Abby Levin.
uh
um, at Abby Lev 101 on all my socials.
yeah, they'll all be linked below also, but like just thought I'd give you the little shout out and go find her at UMD partying every night too. So
With
very
Henry
that.
next
Yeah.
year.
Exactly. And find us in New York partying next
Oh
year.
my
Yeah.
God, clubbing, strutting, you name it.
All of it. Exactly. Well, I will see all of the listeners, all of you guys on the next one. Um, and bye. Wait,
Wow.
let me